Hey, this is really fun. This is interesting. Um, uh, I'm literally learning about YouTube from Sean Cannell, and it's fascinating because it's actually difficult to find his like what he's doing on Facebook. Like it's just I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like the strategies that you could use to grow on YouTube, and it's like in kind of like in politics. It's like a really harsh, sad reality when you find out what you have to do, like what you have to do to be successful, like that's just like soul uh soul um robbing, like just robs you of your of your soul, when you realize what is required for the job, what is required, and something like the algorithm, you know like dating algorithms, is something that people have control of, like you you need me to you need me to have a big platform. You need, and so, but and I always do this. I always talk about um you know the stuff that's kind of like off topic, and but that was just like a little. I was just talking about Sean Cannell, and it's pretty surprising. I never heard of him because, um, I mean, he's really helpful for growing a YouTube channel, and I never heard of him like ever, like before, like recently, like only like like a year ago, 2 years ago. Like I never heard. I don't, so um so so yeah, it I'm realizing little things I can do to what I'm already doing, like to my videos, like this video, like you make a thumbnail, and then you have to have and then learning about the title, and those are the two things. I'm just gonna, like what I'm talking about. I mean, this like this kind of, it's kind of not as important because, you know if, I mean, especially for me, because I I know what I do is works. So it's like I know that people need me. I know they need what I'm saying. Not like me. They need me like I'm some arrogant. I know, like, you need what I'm talking. You need what I'm saying. You need my knowledge that I have. you know. So so in this video, I want to talk about the importance of golf clubs, and I'm like thinking about the title. Like just all this. It gets you. This is irrelevant to what I'm going to do to get you to click on the video. Like everything in here, and having good, I just got a lot of good ideas for videos, like just so so like this is totally irrelevant, like what I'm talking about as far as getting people here, you know. So um so 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 okay, so I'm talking about like budget clubs versus you know like expensive clubs, which and expensive doesn't always mean good, but um kind of like the Costco, the Amazon clubs, you know, have a more of a obviously a mass appeal because they already have that distribution outlet. You know, I mean, Amazon is just like the biggest store in the world. You know, so you know, it behooves and it's hard to find. You know, uh, okay, so what I wanted to talk about is is um and I'm gonna put like Bryson DeChambeau's name in here somewhere too. I don't know how to hit a golf ball. Bryson DeChambeau. So, so, so for golf club makers, um, you know, a lot of people mishit the ball, which would require a more substantial head, like a forged, you know, a club head with more mass and hosel and like right at the bottom, you know, to resist breaking. So so a lot of the clubs that are like blades, you could make a cheap blade, but it would probably break. Uh, even for somebody who doesn't miss hit the ball, because maybe like you have a swing speed. If you have a swing speed like uh and this is not a like this is not an ego thing. You have there is a huge fine line between good golfers and you should not even be two putting. I mean, two putting, you should be getting up and down. I mean, this I'm talking about like really skilled golfers. You should not be having that many two putts. And so we're trying to figure out what exactly the line is. There's you I mean, if you're 120 yards out, yeah, maybe you can have a two putt because you're that far out. But if you're just chipping it off the green, maybe you're 250 yards out and you're right off the green. You hit it just and you don't make the green, and then you're right there. That should be up and down. Like you're 250 out. I mean, it's this is irrelevant if you can't even if you can't hit the ball I mean, this is irrelevant if you can't hit the ball 250 yards. Like this would only be, you know, like there's so many scenarios in golf are like are are you should not be there's no need to concern yourself with that because it if it doesn't apply to you, like, you know, if you can't hit the ball, you know, you can't hit the ball 250 with a smooth 5 iron, you know. or a 5 wood. It doesn't matter. So 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 this is like, because this is bugging me, man. Like, it's I don't know. I just, the algorithm needs what needs me. An algorithm needs me, and I do so much more than just golf. I'm like into fitness, golf. I mean, all of these things would need like different channels. You need me to talk about both of those things. Like, this is like the niche is what it is. The niche. So so um good golfers need like less mass in the, because it just provides more, it provides too much, like the head is too big. It interferes with like, and this is kind of like the moral of this video. The moral, a a club head that is like a game improvement iron, which would be like more, it would have more weight and more resistant to miss hitting. And whereas a a blade, like a smaller club head with this less mass, makes it easier for people who strike the ball, you know, who don't miss hit the ball, and it makes, so like game improvement irons for like for the best golfer, for pros. And I don't even, this is the thing, pros are not, I'm telling you right now, this is not common. This is not, I'm literally, it is true, but it's not, obviously. Imagine if this was like true, like, and it is true. um I've had this thing, I got kicked out, and this is like kind of story time. I got kicked out of baseball for being too good. I'm just turning into story time. And I'm probably going to tell this story again, because it's going to tell it to somebody who's never heard it. uh what happened? I was right on the cutoff of the age cutoff, of like when I was 12, 13. And so I might have been like slightly past the cutoff. uh but meanwhile, what I didn't, but I so but I was playing. So I've always played with older kids because of my birthday. And so I went through that phase of playing, like, when you're 12, when you're young, age matters, because you develop so much. Like, when I was 11, I was playing with these guys, and then when I was 12, I believe I was playing with the same age group. And then when I was 13, I was like, just, and I had played already for 2 years at the same level, right? And then when I was like I was just over the cutoff, and then it was the first game of the season, and I was like, I was ridiculous. I was the pitcher, and I was shutting everybody down, pitching, and when I was hitting, I was smashing. I I was I was hitting right-handed, and I was just smashing everything down the left field line, like just but hitting it hard, like and they kicked me out. But I mean, this is context. This is important because who else? I think that I am the best in the world at more than one sport. Like like take the best, whoever you think the best basketball player is, they're not good at golf, and it's like the best baseball player is not good at basketball, whereas me, I'm like I'm like a professional level at like every sport you could imagine. And it that's probably why I was never actually professional at I'm not really actually professional at any of the of any of the sports because of that, and it's like the same thing with YouTube. Like you have to be really nichey, and so and then you're talking about something like dating, there's you know like that's just like yeah, that is a mess. That is just guys talking about like dating, like um so I think I've already covered the moral of the story is that um a golfers or even like like Peter Finch and Rick Shields and anybody who can just break 80. I mean, break it. Anybody that can break 80 can. I wouldn't really say 80. I mean, breaking 75 on a full course. I mean, now you're getting to like pretty high level golf, and the clubs matter. I mean, the clubs matter. um, like they really do. Uh, I'm even like because I play around left-handed and I I got some free left-handed clubs that are game improvement, and I grew up right-handed, but these clubs are left-handed, and they're just huge. And I mean, I I'm already too good for these left-handed. It's just like, and it's true. Like this would like trying to fit people. It's just it's just crazy, man. But the clubs, if you have a really big club head, if you have a really big club head, it it hurts a pure ball striker, and that's kind of what that was like that was the one liner. Oh, that's the title. So I just wanted to say that today, basically. So I talked about 20 minutes about that. So uh, people that can break 75 need like they need better clubs, So but and people that are like around 90 or 100, you can buy. You don't have to be concerned about buying expensive clubs, and people are going to try to sell you. But that's not the this just that I wanted to say that today, and well, so it goes both ways. So So you don't need to be concerned about a good club unless you're you're breaking 80. Like you never shoot over 80. Like like something weird is going on if you're over 8. If you're that person, if you're that person, I mean, not then you need to have better clubs. So it's kind of it's just kind of odd, for people that are good golfers to be talking about you know budget clubs. But all right,